Hi everyone, it's me Terry of the Yarn Joy podcast. Happy Friday everybody. So it's time for Finish It Friday. So last Friday I drew out of my container here a little piece of paper that said white, and what it was these granny squares that I had a whole bunch of that had white on the outside. That's why I put white. I had a bunch of these that I had connected together with this pink, and so all I had to do was do the border for it, and so that's what I did, and I was able to finish it. So let me show you. Make sure it's not backwards. Where is it? Okay, this way. So here is how the blanket turned out. Didn't it turn out nice? Okay, so what I did and what I had planned on doing is let me pull this up for close here and we'll talk about it. So see how it's got a pink, but it's a lighter pink than what the pink is that I joined everything with. I didn't have more of that darker-ish pink. I mean, I had like a little bitty ball, but it wasn't going to be enough to go around it. My plan was to go around it with continuing with that pink, go around it, to try to enlarge it just a little bit because it was still a little on the small side. And so what I did, this is 5 squares by 5 squares. So that's the size, isn't it? No, it's not. It is 4 by 5. Yeah, 4 by 5. Okay. And so, like I said, I was going to go around it. And then first I thought, well, I'll go around it with white. And then I'll start the Picot Shell border, which is the border I decided to use. I do have a tutorial for it, not my pattern, but I got permission to make the tutorial. And so I can link that down below in the description box. Super easy. You just have to make sure you have the right stitch count to begin with. And yeah, it turned out good. Anyway, so I did have a ball of this lighter pink, and I was thinking, I wonder what it would look like. At first I thought, well, it's not going to match because it's not this darker pink. But I thought, well, this is a scrappy blanket anyway, as far as the squares, all the different colors I used. And so I was thinking that maybe since this pink was lighter than the pink I had used, and then I was going to end up with white, that this would be like a gradient, that's the word, a gradient effect, like dark, and then it goes to light pink, and then it goes to white. So that was my idea about that, and I think it was okay. And so I just kept going around and looking at it, doing the granny stitch all the way around, and I kept looking at it, the size, and it's like, no, it's still not big enough. I want to keep going. And so I ended up doing 4 rounds of this light pink, and I didn't finish it. I mean, I might have been able to do another round, but I thought, no, I think 4 rounds is enough. So I did 4 rounds of the granny stitch, and then I did 1 round of single crochet, didn't I? Yeah, in white to set up for my border. To make sure I had the stitch count right, you have to have a multiple of 10, and it's just all the way around. You count what's in the corner just like all the other stitches. You just keep counting all the way around, and you want it to be a multiple of 10. And then the border will turn out right. Or at least it will, you'll have the right stitches. Now, it didn't quite, I wanted, like when I started, I think I started with this one. The fan was right in the very corner, and that's how I was hoping that it was going to turn out. Like each corner was going to have the fan piece centered right in the corner. But this is actually a rectangular blanket. It's not square. If it would have been square, I think it would have worked. But so some of them, they're not in the corner, but I don't even think it matters. I mean, because it's just a continuous border all the way around it. And I think it's okay that there's not a fan. I'm not that picky as far as it has to be a fan in each corner. I think it turned out fine. So yeah, I will take a picture of it laying out, and then I'll pop it in so you can see it, more better. So here is the picture right here after I take it, and I'll stick it in here. So there it is, all finished. And there was no pattern for that. I think I got a pattern. Actually, I think there's a pattern for the square. I think it's called Susie's something. I think. If I can find the pattern for the square, it's a free pattern. I will link it down below in the description box, because I think that's what I used for the square, because as you can see, it starts out being a circle and then it goes to a square. Yeah. So I think I can find that pattern. It's been so long, but I think I can find it. So I'll link the pattern to the square down below in the description box. And then I will link also the tutorials for the Picot shell border. I do have right and left hand version. And so I will put both of those tutorials, link them down below in the description box as well, if you're interested. Okay. The border is by a lady that I found on Facebook through another crochet group, and she had posted the written pattern for that border that she designed, and I just happened to message her, find her years later, and I looked her up and she was still on Facebook, and I was able to ask her for her permission to make the tutorial for that border, because I was really impressed with the border, and she so sweet, she gave me permission to make the tutorial for this. So yeah, that was hers. Okay. Oh, and her name on Facebook is Chicky Magoo, and so yeah, she's the designer. Okay. So yeah, it's time. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so it's time to draw another project. I don't think I put the piece of paper that said white. I don't think I put it in here, but if I did, I'll look through it after this video and take it out. But if I draw it, of course, then I'll have to draw a different one. Okay, so let's scramble it up here, and we will pick another piece of paper right here, and we'll see what it is. Ah! That's so funny. It's the one that says white. So that's the one I need to throw out. That's so funny that I picked that. Okay. Pick. Okay. Hopefully it's not the one that's going to say cream, because that's the same pattern. It just with cream colored squares. Anyway, let's see. I don't think so. This is paper bigger. Oh, it's the Snoopy kit. I haven't worked on that in a long time. Let me get it and we'll talk about it. Okay, I went and got my characters off the wall so you can see which ones I've made so far. So far I have made Charlie Brown, and I have made Lucy, and I have made Marcy, and then I've made Woodstock and Snoopy, and the scale is totally off compared to these characters. It's really weird, but here's Snoopy. It's big. And here is Woodstock. Yeah. So that's what I've made so far. This is the kit. Now it calls for a worsted weight yarn, but I'm using DK weight yarn. So my characters are coming out smaller. But here's the kit. I have the book. Here's the book. Let go. Here's the book right here. Anyway, so yeah, there's a bunch of characters I haven't made yet. So there's the characters that come in the book. I have made Snoopy and I've made Lucy, but there's Sally and Pigpen and Franklin and Peppermint Patty, and then on this side there's Woodstock, which I made Woodstock. Linus, there's Linus, Marcy, Schroeder, Charlie Brown, and Snoopy in the aviator hat. Okay, so that's what's in here. And there is a pattern for Schroeder's piano. And I think there's a pattern, but that one you make out of cardstock. Yeah, see, here's the piano right there. That one, the other one is for Snoopy's house, but you make that out of cardstock. It's not crocheted. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I'll have to pick one of the characters. I'm not sure which one yet, but I will pick something, and then next week, I will, Lord willing, I will have it done, and I'll show you what character I picked, okay? So, yeah, that's cool. I mean, like I said, I hadn't picked this kit in quite a while. So, Snoopy kit. Yay. Okay, I'll put it back in the container. Put the lid on. Loud pop. Okay, that's it. So today's Friday, and that means that it's the beginning of the weekend. I hope that you're having a wonderful weekend, that you're going to have a great 4th of July weekend. For those of you that are here in the States, 250 years, that's a big thing, huh? So yeah, I had mentioned in yesterday's video that I think we're going to be cooking some burgers, and my kids are coming over, at least some of them. I don't know if all of them are coming over, but some of them have other plans, I think. Anyway, we're going to have burgers and just have a good time. And then we will, more than likely, when all the fireworks starts, we always it's just usually me and my husband, and we usually watch the fireworks display on TV, you know, where they have, like from Washington, D.C. or wherever else they have fireworks shows, and we usually just watch them on TV and hear all the popping that goes along and it goes around here in the neighborhood. Fortunately, Teddy does not seem to be afraid of the popping. He just stays around with us, but he doesn't act like he's afraid. So that's a good thing because, you know, I mean, that can be very traumatic for animals. So, okay. I'm going to go. Short video, but I just wanted to show you that I got the blanket done. I'm very happy about that. And I wanted to draw my new Finish It Friday project to work on for this next week. Okay, I'm going to go. Have a great weekend. And let's meet back up on Tuesday for Blanket Bonanza. And then I'll let you know what I did over the weekend besides the 4th of July. And yeah. We'll meet up then and have a visit then. Okay. See you later in the next video. Bye.